It wasn't that much, but I've been meaning to get up and clean this kitchen for a long time now. I'm temporarily disabled. I had a knee replacement, so I've been moving kind of slow. But see, even the little things the kids don't know how to, keep right. They got little stuff that they couldn't even get in here and wash the dishes. There's still food in the sink. And it was basically stuff all over. It's just like, I just started from here just to make sure it gets done. But first, I started to wash the dishes and stuff. It wasn't that much. I know it just, irked my nerve to still have that little bit of dishes in the sink in that pot that you see right there. It's been sitting on the counter for a couple of days because, my daughter decided to take it out the fridge and just sit it on the counter instead of um, cleaning it. But it is what it is. I just got up because I've been laying down feeling kind of down. I guess my thyroid level is too high right now, so it makes me not want to do nothing. So when I do get up and do stuff, it's still slow motion because I can't move like how I'm used to moving around. But hey, anywho, I just kept on washing the dishes. Don't mind me with them little plastic cups, but those are the last two, and I'd rather wash them than to throw them out, because I love me some plastic cups. But yeah, I ended up. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Just cleaning up and making sure my kitchen is good right now. You know. So yeah, it took me a little minute just to wash these little bit of dishes, but yeah. So I kept going, and I was almost at the end, of course. But look at all that food I had to pull out of the sink. They left food in the sink for days. I was just tired of, when I got up to do something, I would see that in the sink or whatever. But I slowly but surely, I cleaned up everything. And then I had to empty out all the food that I had put in that pot. But first I said, let me wash the top. Because, if I told you I had a knee replacement, so I can't really move around as much as I used to. So I do exactly what I can, you know. It's kind of hard, you know, having to do it or still do everything by yourself, So after that, after I cleaned the top, I decided to go ahead and clean that pot. I emptied all the food and everything I put in that pot. Then I just had to scrub the pot first before I could even, soap it up. I had to get all that spaghetti sauce and all that. So don't think I didn't use soap or I'm not gonna use soap. It's just I had to make sure I got all of that out before I, you know, add soap to it. But it wasn't too bad. I thought it was gonna be harder because it sat on the counter for a couple of days, but it wasn't um, too bad. You see, I just kept scrubbing and scrubbing until I got most of it off. That's when I emptied it out and just said, let me add soap now. That was just, made sure I got all of that off. Yep. Then I added the soap. It was so much easier too after that. Well, yeah, I cleaned up that kitchen. I also had to make sure I cleaned that sink as well. But first, I was making sure I did that pot really well. Don't mind how my pot look. I'm about to try to see how I can get it back right. Yep, but I kept going. I was tired of standing up too at this point. I just kept going so I wouldn't have to go back, to doing it. Sometimes you just want to get it all out the way. But there you see it. I cleaned up everything. I made sure I got all of the food out already. And then I just said, let me scrub this out now so that it could be clean and I would be so satisfied. And it took a while because I put a lot of soap to make sure it was absolutely clean. I like for stuff to, be clean. And I got 2 sinks, so I had to make sure all of it was clean. I felt good about it, though. I felt good after everything was all done. Yeah, look at that. I was making sure it was clean. And then that towel that I had, it's microfiber, so that soap holds into the towel. I had to do it a couple of times. Make sure I got the soap out. Then I kind of switched up the towel because it was taking too long for me to get that soap out that damn microfiber towel. But look, you'll see. It start working after a while. I have to make sure I clean every part of it. Yeah, that soap was taking long to come out. I told you I was tired too. Oh my goodness. You see, I kept trying to get that soap out of there. I almost got it. I didn't do bad. I don't know where they put my Clorox spray. But usually I use bleach to clean my kitchen, but I didn't know where it was. And like I said, again, I can't move around like I used to, so I'd rather just stay right there in that one spot. But yeah, I kept on going and kept on going until I got all that soap out of there. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but luckily it wasn't a sink full of dishes right now. It's almost done. It's almost done. And I'm happy about that, honey. Because when I tell you I'm tired of standing up. I just want to sit down. But I think I did a good job. A real good job. Like I said, I kept going until I ain't see no more soap. No more soap. And look, there we go. Squeeze out the towel. I started washing the counters down too, so just so that all of that can be clean. But look how clean I got it. I was so happy. You know how happy you be when everything is cleaned up and to your expectations. Now look, clean. I still have to mop the floor, but for right now, I'm stopping for now. I'm tired. Your girl is tired.